back from the head. Whether it fell completely free and loose or not, I don't know, but it fell back out of the wound into my field of vision.
Dr. McClellan, I'd like to, and Audrey, I'm sure you remember this also, but I regret that we don't have all the other doctors and nurses here, but every single doctor and nurse that wrote their report or testified to the Warren Commission stated that the cerebellum was lost or blasted out, and that was coming out of the head. This was later revised by some witnesses after seeing some of this alleged autopsy photographs and so on. But correct me if I'm wrong, didn't everyone say that the cerebellum was, as you have said, either damaged or missing?
That was my strong impression.
And yes, sir.
As I've said, I did not see the wound, but I was told, and literally the way it was described, that the cerebellum was swinging in the breeze. Basically, it was
hanging out.
That's right. It was hanging out.
I was also told, and again, this is purely hearsay, not what I saw, that Mrs. Kennedy, when she first came in, was holding a piece of the president's brain in her hand.
Yeah. Now, how does this memory of the cerebellum, what they're describing with hanging out and swinging, how does this square with what all of you remember?
To me, it's not congruent with what was seen. The other impression I had was that the damage to the brain was not, really did not match the damage to the skull or to the wound as we first saw it when we unwrapped the head. It was, again, and I made a statement once before. And it was purely a actually it was purely a first impression. The brain was a small brain, and for some reason, and I apologize to Ms. Bell, it came into my mind that it was a female brain. Now, I don't really know why that came about. Okay, I know I would definitely be in trouble, but again, too, is that I think my impression that I can solidly state is the fact is that the brain did seem to be small. Clarifying that with the fact is that my impression initially of the body was that he was a much smaller man than I anticipate seeing. The brain that I saw and that I actually helped infuse was not damaged to the extent that you would have expected. There was a small portion of it missing in the appropriate area, but the rest of it seemed to be more traumatized. In other words, it seemed to be gelled. It was a very